Hello and welcome guys. This is the first video that I will be uploading onto this channel. I'm really excited to be starting YouTube. I really hope that I'm able to get it up to a large audience, but that all depends on you guys out there, the viewers. And yeah, let's just start off this channel right by getting into a really cool card trick that I came across the other day. Right guys, so here's the performance for the trick that I will be showing you. So, if I had a spectator with me right now, I'll actually hand them the cards and I'll allow the spectator to shuffle up the cards as much as they want to. It really doesn't matter as long as the spectator is happy that the cards are in a completely random order. We actually don't need the joker. Goodbye. So yeah, as long as the spectator is happy that the cards are in a completely random order. So when the spectators are done mixing up the cards, they can actually hand the cards back to me, and I'm just going to be going through the deck and I'm going to have the spectator select a card from the middle, or anywhere they want to. It doesn't actually have to be the middle. So obviously I don't have a spectator with me right now, so let's just select any random card and pretend to be the spectator. So let's just pretend that the spectator selected that card right there. So I'm going to hold this card up to the camera and I'm actually going to turn around so I don't see it, right? And I just want you guys on the other end of the camera to memorize this card for me, right? But memorize it really well. We'll get back to that later. So they're going to give the card back to me when they're done memorizing, and I'm going to turn around and we're going to take their card. We're just going to lose it somewhere in the middle of the deck, right? We can give the cards another shuffle if they want to. We don't have to, but if they want to, just to be sure, we can. Give it a little shuffle. You can give the cards some cuts. Right, so I remember I told you to think of your card, but not just think of it, you have to really think of it. So this is the part where that becomes important, because what I meant by really think of your card was I meant that you can't just have your card in your mind, whatever it was. You have to have it so deep in your mind that it's the only thing that matters to you at the second. Because look, if you think of it that deep, you can just snap my fingers. And look, your card can actually appear right at the top of the deck. Is that your guy's card? Just put it out a bit further. Is that your guy's card? No. Are you really sure that that isn't your card? Because I'm pretty sure that the King of Spades was your guy's card, and I don't even know what the card was, but yeah, I'm pretty sure that the King of Spades was your card. Right guys, so this is the tutorial for the trick that I have just showed you, right? So this trick is really easy and it is impromptu, so it requires no setup whatsoever. And I thought that it would be a nice idea to do an easy impromptu trick for the first, video on my channel, so that somebody can come along who has any level of skill and can follow along. Right, so with this trick, you can really give the spectator the cards and they can mix up the cards to their heart's content, as long as they are happy that everything is in a completely random order and that there is no order to the cards, right? Whatsoever. So when they give the cards back to you, you want to spread through the cards and they can really choose any card. Let's say they chose that card, right? Say for example they chose the 7 of diamonds. So when you insert the card into the middle of the deck, you're not putting it in the middle of the deck at all, because you need to control the card to the second position from the top. You want to control the card there, right? Second position from the top of the deck, right there. And there's many ways you can do this, but there's a really easy way I did it. So I forgot the name, but basically you get a break under the top card and you basically just insert the card there. So the way I get a picky break is I come and I just push over the top card like so. You push over the top card. Your 3 fingers here at the bottom, they contact the bottom of that card. As your thumb pulls the card back, your pinky just stays underneath. That's how you get a pinky break. This is how you get a normal pinky break. For this trick, we are not getting a normal pinky break because there's still some of the card stuck under the hand over there. We need to lift, just let that pop out like so. And the reason we need it like that is so that to the spectator's eye line, it is flat over there and it is flat over there. So when you come with their selection, when they give it back to you, oh, and another thing, get the pinky break while they are memorizing their card. Use that as misdirection. So while they're busy looking at their card and memorizing it, you are getting the break like so. That's what it would be in performance speed. So they give you the card back and you don't just insert it into the break. You don't just push it in like that, right? What I like to do is I take the corner of the card and I just push out some of the cards from the middle of the pack. So I'm busy pushing over there, around about there. But I'm just pushing out some of the cards from the middle of the pack like so, to make it look like I'm trying to find a gap. And then you insert it into the gap. Go in with the corner and then straighten the card out and push it in. And from here it looks like it's going into the middle of the deck because it lifted up so much at the back here. But obviously it's just going into the second position. So you push the card in like that. And then when you square up the deck, you can just drop the pinky break. Right? So now, you don't even have to mix up the cards at this point because the spectator thinks that the card is somewhere in the middle. But if you want to, you can give the cards a shuffle, a riffle shuffle. You can just maintain those cards on the top so that the card stays in the second position. Right? You can give it an overhand shuffle. But then when you get to about a quarter of the cards left, just take that top packet and put it back at the top of the deck. Or you can give it like a table cut. When you swing the first cut over, you capture a break with your pinky, and you can just keep swinging cards over, then cut the cards down to the table, and you can lift up at the break where your pinky is, and just drop that on top. So basically the moral is just keep the card in the second position. You don't have to do all that fancy stuff. You don't even have to shuffle at all because the spectator already thinks their card's in the middle. So the next step is the bit where you do like the color change, right? And I made up this whole story where you need to like really think of the card deeply so that it jumps to the top and all that nonsense, but you really don't have to do that. You can make up your own story, but you can copy mine if you want to. Just go back in the video and memorize it. So you turn the cards over and you hold the cards in elevated mechanics grip. So it's the same thing as normal mechanics grip, it's just that the cards are now at the tips of your fingers, or just below the tips of your fingers, right? And there's this big gap here in your hand, so that your fingers are straight. And what you do is, before you do that, when you're holding it in this grip, just make sure that your pointing finger is at the back of the deck. Pointing finger has to be at the back, and I'll explain why in just a second. So after you get it into the cards into this grip, you come over with your hand, and your thumb come to the other side here, and your thumb is at the back here, and it's just peeling out the top card or the bottom card depending on which way you see it, and peel out the card so that about a third of the card is showing like so. And you say, is this your card? Obviously they'll say no. While you're doing that, your pointing finger at the back over here, your pointing finger's nail, this here is obviously the card we just pushed down. But here, your pointing finger's nail is going to come and it's going to contact and go over the top of that card. And that card is their selection. So what your pointing finger is going to do is your pointing finger is going to push that card down like so. And that's going to make their selection appear over there. So your pointing finger is pushing the card like that. So again, your thumb comes, it peels out the bottom card. Pointing finger just gets above that second card. And then as you wave your hand over, you're pushing that card down. So performance speed, it'll be like, so is that your card? No? Are you sure? Sorry, I pushed over too many cards there. Just make sure that you're only pushing down one. It will take some practice. So as you wave your hand over, you just push that card with your pointing finger. So is that your card? No. Just wave your hand over and it becomes their card. right? So now, when you take this card out, obviously, this is 2 cards. You want to find a way to ditch this bottom card, right? What I did in the performance was I was busy just like flourishing the card around and just giving it like some spins in my fingers, showing it off. Then I came and I rested the card, rested the double on top of the deck. I picked up a single card. I did a wrist kill, put the pack down, and there you clean. You can finish the trick there, walk away, you can let the spectator examine everything. And the reason I did the wrist kill was because, look, you're in this position, you're busy spinning the double around, right, showing it off. And in the spectator's subconscious mind, they remember the 8 of spades over there. So when you come put the cards down, if you just peel off the card, they now see that it's the king of diamonds, right? And not many people notice this, but if they do notice it, it really ruins the trick. So you come, you get the card, put it down on top, right? Lift up the top card, do a wrist kill, put the deck down, give them their card, and walk away. Everything's examinable. So yeah, guys, that was the trick. I really hoped you enjoyed. I'd really appreciate it if you'd smash that like button and contemplate subscribing to my channel. I'd really appreciate it. I'd really like to get this channel growing. So thanks for watching. Have a great day and enjoy performing this trick. It's a really fun one to do. Just be sure to practice that bit with your pointing finger where you slide the card down at the back. That can take some practice sometimes just to get 1 card and not 2 or 3. But yeah, that's the video, guys. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.